Hey guys, I know I haven't done too many videos lately about really anything, much less a shop update. So I figured I'd go ahead and do that tonight. Not a whole lot of new things going on, although there's always things in the back of my mind I'm wanting to work on. Plenty of projects to be sure. But I've just been really busy lately. Whether it be the holidays that we just had, the holidays we're preparing for, home improvement projects, family issues, side jobs, looking for a job, this and that, just so many obligations and other things going on that I really haven't had hardly any time to spend in the shop other than a few minutes here or there to maybe finish a knife or get a little bit farther on another one. So, gonna try to force ourselves to get a little bit of time in the shop tonight, even though I really have other things I should probably be working on instead. Sometimes you just got to take a break and relax, do something you enjoy. So, gonna try to get a few minutes here. And in the meantime, I figured I'd at least give a shop update. I'll let you guys know why I haven't been doing too many videos, as well as maybe talk about what's been going on as far as knives and other things. Winter is definitely upon us here in northwest Indiana, so that's definitely been a consideration uh, these last couple weeks as the temperature's been dropping. We're actually looking at about 19 degrees Fahrenheit as an outside temperature right now. So things are definitely cooling off. I did purchase heater attachment for my propane tank, and that's kind of helped buffer the cold just a little bit, and at least keep my legs and lower extremities warm while grinding. I just gotta be sure not to get too close to that and forget about it. But that does help a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe possibly getting a second propane attachment. I do have another tank on my barbecue grill, which I won't be using anytime soon. So might go ahead and grab another one of those and put elsewhere, possibly behind me, just to help circulate that a little bit better. Uh, and also, I'm kind of toying with the idea. I got a spare box fan down there, as you can see, just getting dusty. So I may actually hang that from the ceiling just to help recirculate some of that heat that's going to get lost through the attic space there. So that's a project for another day. I'm not super worried about it right now as it's not unbearably cold out here. I can turn on my thermocouple or my temperature controller there and get the reading off the thermocouple. As you can see, we're looking at about 42 degrees Fahrenheit in the garage here. So pretty cold, but not unbearable. When you've lived in Indiana this long, you kind of get used to it and get pretty thankful for anything above freezing, which that's about 10 degrees above freezing, so we'll take it. As long as my water doesn't freeze for dipping my blades, we'll keep going. I did purchase a new tool a couple days ago. Burned up a couple drill bits the other day, broke another one, so just getting tired of buying new drill bits when I'm buying the same couple sizes every time. So I figured might as well just suck it up and invest the money into a sharpener now rather than later, because after I buy about 8 or 10 more drill bits, I will have well surpassed the price of this thing. So went ahead and purchased a Drill Doctor. This is probably the cheapest model they make, but I only need to sharpen one kind of drill bit, which is just the metal bits there. So I've been trying that out. Seems like it works pretty well. I have not tried a sharpened bit on metal yet, but it looks like it's sharpened pretty much back to where it was. So I do have one hole I didn't quite make it through with this bit, so we're going to see if that works a little bit later. And just as a side note, this is the knife I've been working on for Pat. Made some more progress on it, got some jimping put in the blade, both mid-handle and around the thumb area. got the holes drilled for the Corby rivets that's going to hold our scales on. And we were working on the lanyard tube hole, but like I said, didn't quite make it through before the bit burned up. And the reason for that is my drill press would not slow down, or rather my Shopsmith. I couldn't get it slowed down to a metal drilling speed. And that's due to an issue with the pulleys in here. There's two halves of a flywheel, or a pulley in there rather, that come together and go apart. I think I've talked about this in past videos in a little bit of detail. But to slow that down, those things need to come together, and these will come apart using centrifugal force and the tension of the belt. And what happens, there's a key in the shaft that those pulleys are attached to, which is supposed to hold these in a fixed position. And as those come apart, sometimes that key slips and it'll go down with the lower pulley. And then as that's spinning, the top pulley will shift just a little bit. And since that key has slipped down, they won't go back together because then the key is consequently in the way, if that makes sense to anybody. Maybe it doesn't. And the reason that happens is the key shouldn't be moving at all, but for some reason it's come loose. I really need to find a more permanent fix to that. But since those pulleys can't go all the way back together again, I can't slow this down to the slowest speed, and then the drill bits just turn too fast. Even with lubrication, they end up burning up on that carbon steel. So unfortunately, we're going to have to burn a few minutes working on that tonight, getting that back to where I could drill some things. To be honest, I'm really getting tired of the Shopsmith and all the maintenance I have to do on it. The motor is really severely underpowered for most of the uses anyway, in my opinion, like the table saw which I was using, as you could see. I think we're looking at like a 3/4 to 1 horsepower motor, which for a table saw, that's just ridiculous. This was definitely not meant to be primarily used as a table saw, in my opinion. Even for a drill press, I think that's a little bit light for what I would like personally. Same with the bandsaw attachments, the sander attachments, everything. They really should have taken that more into consideration. And while this is kind of a cool tool, I think for the most part it could have been designed a lot better. Especially the power considerations. So shame on Shopsmith for that. I don't know if maybe their newer ones use bigger motors. This one's probably about 20 to 30 years old, believe it or not, but it's just way too underpowered, and I think I'd just rather have a dedicated drill press anyway. So as soon as I sell a few more knives, maybe get a little bit of extra money in my pocket, I think I'm going to look for a used floor model, or a floor drill press rather, off of Craigslist or something. And just stop dealing with all the hassle with this Shopsmith and just use it occasionally. So that's that. That's what we're going to be working on tonight. Might try to get a grind on the Patsa knife there, or at least get it prepped for heat treat. I'd really like to get that knife finished for him and get that off of my plate. Both for his sake, and I just really like to see what it's like when it's finished. I'm very excited about that still. So hopefully that's a quick fix in the Shopsmith, and maybe we can get a little bit more work done on this. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hopefully this drill doctor did its job, and just going to keep plugging away. So that's really that for the shop update. I don't know how much more time I'll be able to spend in the shop over these next couple weeks, but we're going to at least try to get this close to done, or at least, at the very least, get a usable edge on it and see how it performs, even without a handle. So that's that. Sorry for the lack of videos lately. Definitely stay tuned for updates and hopefully some more videos in the next couple weeks. I'll talk to you guys later.